Hello, lovely Pisces, and welcome to your April 2017 Tarotscope reading. Let's see what this month has in store for you. And I'm going to ask the cards how you can best make use of the energies coming in from the heavens, from the stars, from the planets. As we know, Venus is still retrograde for about 2 weeks. Mercury will be retrograde. And for, intuitive people like you really feel that. These things can weigh heavy on you. So let's see how we can make the best of all of these energies. And in this reading, I will focus more on things on the outside in your life, like work, jobs, people, projects, and less on love, because I will do a separate reading for that. A separate reading for love. So, let's see. No, that didn't count. It didn't jump out. It almost did. So, are you ready, Pisces? Just have to make sure the cards come to that perfect spot. Okay. There we go. That was quick. The cards are ready for you. Quickly. Now, laying out a Celtic cross, first position, you're coming into April with the energy of traveling, moving away, going somewhere, movement, going beyond. So, that's already good. Pisces, are you planning to travel, to move, to go somewhere? If you are, it's a good month for that. And it looks like it's looking good for you. The energies are looking positive for you to be able to realize that. But let's continue. Later, the other cards will explain more. Wow, look at this. The Eight of Wands. Oh, Pisces, for you, this is a month where you will move quickly. You will travel by air, by land, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen quickly and smoothly. So, even if it's not a trip that is physical, usually it does talk about physical travel, but if you're not traveling physically, then moving into a different space, a different zone, moving forward in your life in certain aspects. Remember, we're talking to many of you. There's many of you out there, Pisces, and for each person, each card manifests in a different way, because these are energies and there's many of you. And this is a general reading for Pisces. So you will be able to travel. You will be able to communicate through the internet. You will be able to move forward. And that's really good. So let's see what the underlying force is. Ooh, King of Pentacles reversed. Very interesting. Pisces, have you been abandoned by someone who has been your stability? Have you lost the ground under your feet a little bit? Are you wanting to move and fly and move on because this isn't there for you anymore? There's this energy, the King of Pentacles reversed. The King of Pentacles is a stable person. It's an energy of having money, having grounding, having solidity, and perhaps a loss of this, perhaps of a lessening of this, causes you to move, to look for other things. Perhaps. Does that make sense? Let's continue. We'll see how the story develops. The recent past, the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Look at this. The Knight of Pentacles reversed, the King of Pentacles reversed, all in positions of underlying forces recent past. Wow, it really looks like you have had to deal with quite something there, with a loss of stability, perhaps a person who doesn't support you anymore like they used to. I think this is a bit of a hard one, and maybe that's causing you to want to move away. Let's continue, okay? Let's continue. I think you've been through quite a bit there, Pisces. But look at this. The Fool as the outlook, as what you perceive this month is going to bring for you. So that is freedom. That's freedom, moving forward, leaving the old behind. Saying, okay, so what? Who needs stability? Who needs all that groundedness? I want to be free. I want to move forward. And you're looking into the future. You will be able to move. You will be able to travel. You will be able to move on. And these three cards, here, I'll show you. These three cards, the present, your outlook, this is past, this is underlying. The present situation and the outlook is definitely moving forward fast and far, going beyond and feeling free. So I think it's good. Next one, near future. Okay, the High Priestess. Now this will make more sense once we have the other cards laid out, but just to quickly show you, this is in your genes, Pisces. You embody the High Priestess because she knows, she's intuitive, she's evolved. She lets her intuition rise to the surface and acts on it. She's very perceptive, and this is going to aid you, and this is going to be a strong factor moving forward. Okay, now I'm going to continue, and then we'll go back and forth and see how it all makes sense. Okay, so the next card position, as I read it, dear Pisces, everybody reads the cards differently. Your fears. Your fears. Look at that. Are you afraid of losing your job? Very clear. Are you afraid that if you move, if you travel, that freedom will make you give up your steady income? Perhaps. That's a fear. That's a very valid fear, okay? Now, outside influences. Ooh, look at this. Outside influences. You've got to be careful, all right? Someone is going to deceive you or try to deceive you, steal something from you, be unfair, all right? Be aware of this. You know, the cards show us what we need to be aware of and can show us how to avoid things. Next one, your hopes. Your hopes and dreams. King of Wands reversed. Do you want to get away from this person? Do you want to get away from the King of Wands? Look at this. All the court cards are coming up reversed. Reversed men. Reversed. So it definitely looks like there is someone in your life which has stepped back from you, which you want to step back from. Definitely someone who is out of your life now. Perhaps they've abandoned you. Perhaps you've stepped back from them, and you really need to move forward. You need to get away from them, Pisces. Okay. Outcome. Page of Swords reversed. Look at that. Pisces, I think this month is not an easy one for you. Okay, on one hand, you're moving forward, you're stepping out, you're expecting this. But this is very important, okay? There's someone who's not wishing you well, someone who is not treating you well, who's going to put you at a disadvantage if you don't watch out, okay? Watch out for this person, because the Page of Swords as the end result is not super positive either. But remember, Pisces, we're not fortune telling. We're not saying this will happen, doom and gloom. We're looking at the present timeline you're going into, the main timeline. But you know, we can jump timelines. We can make changes. We can see and perceive things. Especially you. You are so intuitive. You can open yourself up to possibilities and avoid things. And you want to avoid the damage caused by this, okay? And you want to avoid that things will go south. You want to avoid being cut, being treated badly. You want to avoid that outcome where someone is just going to slash you. Someone is just going to be mean to you. I mean, look. Look at this here. This here ends or can end in this, you know, in losing the argument, losing the battle, losing whatever you're fighting for. You know, and I think it has to do with the King of Wands, someone you want to step away from. But you know, you need to get away. You need to get away from this person. You need to move forward. You need to be your own person. And sometimes we have a few losses on the way. Sometimes to win something, especially if it's our freedom, we have to take a little bit of a loss. So I think that's this here. Maybe you won't win that little battle. You won't win the argument. Perhaps not. But you can minimize the damage. You can minimize the damage by being smart, okay? Outwit this person who's trying to pull a fast one on you, okay? Who's not being fair, okay? Outwit this person a little bit who's, you know, pulled away their support from under your feet. Be smart, okay? Overcome that fear of losing your steady income, because if you want to expand in ways of work, then, you know, sometimes you have to take a little bit of a risk. So this is a really interesting, this is an interesting spread. Here, I'll show you again. Let's look at the whole thing. Look at this. All right? Look at this spread. Very, very interesting. A difficult month, but you will be able to get away. You will be able to get away from this person, this energy that's been negative, using your intuition, making the right decisions to minimize. I mean, this damage is not too bad in the end, right? This is a situation that's a little negative, but it's not overpoweringly negative. This is the Page of Swords, okay? This is a small factor, a minor factor. This is already, you know, major damage here, major damage minimized to the minimum. So I think you will be able to minimize the damage. You know, I don't know, Pisces. I mean, there's many of you, but perhaps a couple of you have been in a bad relationship. And remember, we actually didn't talk about love, but personal relationships can really affect our work, can affect how we live, where we live. So if you have the feeling that this is about a work relationship, it could be. But it also could be a person-to-person relationship outside of work that's affecting you very strongly, that will make you want to move and leave and change, that makes you want to kind of get away from where you are, and that you have to really, really use that wisdom and knowledge that you have deep inside. Do meditation. Look, she looks like she's meditating. You have to do your spiritual work so you can minimize this damage, okay? Pisces, I'm sorry, okay? I don't make this up. The cards come out this way. And sometimes this is not the overwhelming factor in your life, but it's important. I mean, the cards come up for a reason. And even if, you know, a part of your life is really good, then this might make sense for another part of your life, for something that will affect you if you don't manage it properly, if you don't make the right decisions, if you're not aware of it. So if this situation is big or small in your life, maybe just think about it. See what part of it makes sense to you. See what fits, and use your intuition to make those good choices. And then I think you'll come out of this month with the least damage possible done, and with, you know, and with being able to move forward and find your freedom. Okay? Right. So, thank you for listening, Pisces. Thank you for being with me. This is a new channel. I'm doing these readings in a brand new way for everybody. And if you like what you heard, please let me know down below. Please subscribe, make a comment, share, like, all those things, and then I'll continue doing these readings for you. Thank you so much. I'm Natasha, your Queen of Wands, wishing you a successful April. Ciao.